Some men believe their appeal fades with time, but you're not one of them. You've realized something most men never do. Age doesn't dull your charm, it deepens it. Every wrinkle, every grey hair, every calm, calculated move you make, it all adds to your presence. You're not chasing youth, you're embodying seasoned confidence. And here's the truth most never talk about. Women are far more drawn to your mindset than to a smooth jawline. In this video, we're diving into 8 undeniable signs that prove you're not just aging, you're becoming a magnetic force. This isn't about old myths or cliches, it's about flipping the script on attraction, age gaps, and masculine presence. Welcome to Olivia Rose, where high-value men come to sharpen their style, elevate their love lives, and take ownership of their relationships. Sign 1. Younger women hold eye contact, then look away. You might have experienced this before. A younger woman catches your eye, holds your gaze for a moment, and then quickly looks away. Most men either overthink it or dismiss it entirely. But this isn't awkwardness or rejection. It's subtle and it's powerful. That flicker of eye contact followed by a glance away is actually a subconscious form of flirting. It signals curiosity and attraction. She's intrigued, but not chasing. She's inviting you to notice, not begging for attention. Unfortunately, a lot of men either avoid eye contact completely because they fear being too forward, or they do the opposite and stare too long, which gives off an uncomfortable or desperate vibe. Neither works. The real key is to treat eye contact as a conversation in itself. When she looks away, she's giving you the space to lead. If you stay calm, unbothered, and grounded in that silence, you communicate something rare, self-assurance. This kind of confidence is magnetic, and it goes beyond women. Holding eye contact the right way, without fidgeting, overcompensating, or trying too hard, gives you silent control over the space around you. You project calm dominance, and that's something others can feel instantly. People, especially women, notice a man who can hold a room with nothing but a look. That's presence. That's what makes you not just seen, but remembered. Sign 2. People call you distinguished instead of cute. There comes a time when you stop chasing compliments like cute or hot and start hearing something far more valuable, distinguished. If people, especially women, are using that word to describe you, it means your presence speaks louder than youth ever could. It's not about trying to look younger, wearing trendy clothes, or fighting off age. It's about owning the man you've become. Many men make the mistake of clinging to youthful aesthetics, hoping to be seen the way they were in their 20s, but ironically, that desperation makes them less attractive. It signals insecurity. What really grabs attention is the opposite, effortless composure. Being distinguished means you've leaned into maturity. You've refined your style, honed your confidence, and learned how to carry yourself with grace. It's the quiet power of someone who's been through things, who no longer needs to prove himself. Your appearance tells a story of success, wisdom, and control. And when that presence is felt, people notice. Women feel safe and drawn to it, and men respect it. You're no longer chasing approval, you command it without asking. That's the power of being distinguished. This kind of appeal doesn't fade. In fact, it grows. It tells the world that you've aged well. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. And that's something no anti-aging serum can ever offer. Keep that in mind as we move forward, because the next sign shows how time actually makes your features more powerful. Sign 3. You've aged into your features. You know what's truly attractive? A man who doesn't run from time, but evolves with it. That's what it means to age into your features. You've reached a point where your face doesn't just look older, it looks lived in. The lines around your eyes, the silver at your temples, these aren't flaws, they're character. So many men exhaust themselves trying to erase time. Endless grooming, constant dye jobs, every anti-aging trick in the book. But all that effort often signals one thing, resistance. And resistance comes from insecurity. Meanwhile, the man who owns his face, who lets his years speak, commands a different kind of attention. He looks like he's seen things, conquered things, grown from things. Your features now carry a story. Those lines, evidence of laughter, heartbreak, wisdom, survival. That's something younger men can't fake because they haven't lived enough. And when you walk into a room with that kind of energy, people feel it. It's not just women who notice. Everyone does. You exude substance, and that's impossible to ignore. When you stop hiding from age and start embracing it, you begin to radiate confidence on a deeper level. Your physical appearance becomes more than just looks, it becomes legacy. That's real power. And trust me, women are drawn to it in a way that no six-pack or smooth skin can compete with. Coming up next, let's talk about a very specific body language signal women give when your presence hits the room. Sign 4. Women touch their hair or neck. When you enter the room. You ever walk into a room and catch a woman adjusting her hair or brushing her fingers along her neck? Most guys brush it off as nothing. But that's a mistake. That subtle, almost unconscious move? It's one of the oldest body language cues in the book, and it's often triggered by attraction. See, when a woman is drawn to a man, her body reacts before her mind catches up. She might run her fingers through her hair, fix her posture, or touch the soft skin of her neck. All signs she's suddenly aware of her presence. And yours. It's her way of both soothing herself and subtly drawing your eyes to her. But here's what most men do wrong. They look right past it. They focus only on obvious signs, flirting, compliments, or conversation. What they miss are the quiet indicators, the ones that show you're affecting her without even trying. So what should you do? Don't pounce. Don't point it out. Just notice and respond with calm confidence. Smile slightly, hold her gaze a moment longer, and let your presence do the work. She's already tuned into you. No need to overplay your hand. And here's the kicker. These cues aren't just about romantic interest. They reflect the energy you carry. If women adjust themselves when you enter a room, it means they feel your presence. That's power. Coming up next, what happens when that power turns the entire room quiet? Sign 5. You walk into a room and silence follows. There's a certain type of man who doesn't need to say a word to be noticed. He walks into a room and conversations slow. People glance up. Some even stop talking altogether. It's not awkwardness, it's gravity. That, my friend, is presence. And if you've experienced it, you know exactly what I mean. Now, most men misunderstand this dynamic. They think being noticed requires being loud, funny, or flashy. They come in cracking jokes, shaking hands, trying to dominate. But true power isn't about doing anything. It's about being someone who commands respect the moment he steps in. When silence follows you, it's because people are reading you. Your confidence, your posture, the way you carry yourself. It tells a story, and people want to listen even if they don't know why. That kind of quiet power makes people feel something. For women, it's intrigue. For men, it's respect or curiosity. What should you do? Nothing extra. You've already done it. Just keep your energy calm, grounded, and self-assured. Walk with intention. Make eye contact, but don't scan the room like you need approval. You don't. You're the man people want to figure out. And remember, silence is never empty when it follows someone who has earned it. Up next, why people often assume you're successful before you even say a word. Sign 6. People assume you're successful before you say anything. You've probably had it happen. Someone meets you and just assumes you've got your life together. They don't know your title, your background, or your income. But still, something about you says, this man's a success. That's not luck, that's presence, and it's more powerful than any business card or resume. Most guys try to tell the world they're successful. They talk about their job, their car, their hustle. But when you carry yourself with quiet confidence, you don't have to say a thing. Your posture, your grooming, your calm, these do all the talking. You look like a man who's been places, done things, and isn't desperate for validation. So what creates that vibe? Simplicity, elegance, controlled energy. It's in how you dress. Nothing too loud, just well put together. It's in how you listen more than you speak. And it's in how you take up space without demanding attention. Women notice this immediately. It signals that you're stable, grounded, and capable. But it's not just women. Other men pick up on it too, whether they're sizing you up as competition or looking to follow your lead. And here's the secret. It doesn't matter how much money you have. What matters is the impression you give. Success? like confidence, is first and foremost a vibe. Next, let's talk about one of the clearest signs you're owning that vibe. Your style doesn't scream, it whispers luxury. Sign 7. You wear simplicity like it's luxury. Let's get this straight. True style isn't about how loud you dress, it's about how well you dress. And if you're a good-looking older man, chances are you've already discovered this. You've figured out that simplicity, when done right, speaks louder than any designer logo ever could. Most men think fashion means bold patterns, heavy accessories, or trend chasing, but often that just looks like trying too hard. What actually turns heads is the opposite: clean lines, tailored fits, and timeless pieces that say, "I know who I am." Think a crisp white shirt, a well-fitted blazer, a minimalist watch. These don't just look good, they tell a story. They say you've refined your taste. You're not dressing to impress strangers, you're dressing to reflect your own self-respect. That's the difference. And women notice, instantly, because that level of restraint and precision is rare. It screams confidence, not in volume, but in control. You don't need flash to make an impact. You are the impact. Even better? This style earns you nods from other men. Real recognition. Because deep down, everyone respects the man who doesn't try too hard and still wins the room. And that brings us to the next point. When your style starts earning men's respect, not just women's admiration, that's when you've truly arrived. Sign 8. Even men respect your style. Here's the ultimate test of great style. How do other men respond to it? Because if women compliment your outfit, that's nice. But if men respect it, you've crossed into elite territory. You see, men don't compliment lightly. So when you get that nod of acknowledgement or a guy quietly takes inspiration from how you're dressed, you know you're doing something right. You're not just stylish, you're a man to watch. Most guys either try to stand out with flashy, bold outfits or blend in with forgettable ones. You found the balance. You're dressing in a way that feels authentic, clean, and masculine. You're not chasing attention, you're commanding respect. This kind of style sends a message. It's subtle, understated, but sharp, and more importantly, it's repeatable. It doesn't rely on trends, it relies on taste. That's why it resonates with other men, especially those who understand the power of presentation. And here's where it gets even better. When other men respect your style, they also start to respect your authority, your opinions, your place in the room. Style becomes more than appearance, it becomes influence. Which brings us to the final point. Real attractiveness isn't about your looks, it's about the story your presence tells. Bonus, true attractiveness is less about looks, more about the story you carry. Let's wrap this up with a truth most men miss. Attraction isn't built on looks alone, it's built on narrative. A handsome man may turn heads, but a man with a story, he keeps them. Think about it. People aren't drawn to perfection, they're drawn to depth, to resilience, to a man who's lived, lost, loved, and learned. That's why the most attractive older men aren't chasing youth. They're embracing their history. Every scar, lesson, and experience adds layers to their appeal. So instead of obsessing over your reflection, focus on your presence. How do you walk into a room? How do you hold space? What energy do you bring? These things speak louder than jawlines or six-packs ever will. The way you carry your past, with pride, humility, and confidence, is magnetic. You've got wisdom younger men haven't earned yet, and grace that only comes through life experience. And when you tell your story, not in words, but in the way you move, dress, speak, and look people in the eye, it becomes your superpower. Women notice, men notice, the world notices. So remember, your attractiveness isn't fading, it's evolving. And if you play it right, you're not past your prime, you're in it. If you're still here, you're the real ones. Now, before you go, check the video description for all the links and tools I mentioned today. Whether it's style upgrades, grooming essentials, or mindset resources, they're all there to help you keep showing up as the most refined version of yourself. And hey, if you made it all the way through, leave a quick comment below with the word distinguished. That lets me know you're part of this tribe of high-value men who aren't just getting older, you're getting better. See you in the next one.